Okay, sorry for the delay. We'll call the meeting to order. I'm going to act as acting chairman for the first part of the meeting. My name's Randy Kelly, and I think I was nominated for this because I just rolled off the Planning Commission as chair of that group. So we have an agenda item coming up pretty soon, assuming that it is approved, to elect chairman and vice chairman for the Board of Zoning Appeals. So we will start the meeting. This is a Board of Zoning Appeals for April 21st, and the meeting's been called to order. We have an agenda before us, and I think everybody's had a chance to look at it, so I'd love to have a motion to approve this agenda if we could get one. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Agenda is approved unanimously. The next item is approval of minutes from the prior meeting, which was on January 28th of this year. It's been that long since we've had a meeting. So we have a motion to approve and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Unanimously carries. Minutes are approved. So next item is the election of officers, chairman and vice chairman. And we have ballots. This is a secret ballot, so we'll just take a moment to write the names of those you wish to vote for and pass them down to the staff. So let's take a minute and do that.
Okay, so we have the results. If you accept, Carrie, you've been nominated as chairman. Do you accept? Okay. Randy, you've been nominated as vice chair. Do you accept? Okay. Thank you. Back to you.
Well, thank you and congratulations. I'll pass the gavel down to you if you like to use that.
The next item on the agenda is the request for variance. Fairfield County applicant is requesting a variance from Article 2, Section 2.3 of the Fairfield County Land Management Ordinance Number 599. The property is located at 158 Blue Granite Parkway, Ridgeway, South Carolina, on tax map number 18400006000.
Thank you. So as mentioned, the county is requesting a variance from Article 2, Section 2.3 of the Fairfield County Land Management Ordinance for a proposed project known as Project Red. This section sets forth requirements for off-street parking in the amount of 1 parking space per 1,000 square feet of gross floor area. The property is located on a portion of Parcel 7 in the Fairfield Commerce Center, which is located at 158 Blue Granite Parkway, and the project is to be located at 321 Blue Granite Parkway. Current tax site number is 1840000096000. The applicant is proposing parking ratios that do not meet the requirements set forth in Article 2, Section 2.3. However, the area surrounding the proposed usage is zoned industrial and is located in the Fairfield County Commerce Center. Approving the variance would not impact local residents and would not deviate from commonly accepted industry practices. Furthermore, the proposed site plan allows for a parking lot expansion, which you can see on your site plans that are in the first portion of the binder, which do allow for a parking lot expansion should the need arise in the future, and as such, approving the variance would not create a negative impact. Back to you, Carrie.
So, do we have anybody to speak on this? Is that the next thing? No?
No one's listed to speak. However, we do have Ann Broadwater, who's the Economic Development Director, as well as Jamie Frost, the Project Engineer Associated. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can go ahead and open up the floor for Q&A right now.
Is anybody on the board, would you like to ask questions of either of these? That's it. No questions. Is there any discussion, or would y'all like to? You ready to vote on the matter? We approve. Is there a second? Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. The request is granted. Motion passed. We have a staff presentation next. Is there any other? So that's all finished up? Okay, well, we're done. May I say something right quick about this? I was talking to Joseph before the meeting briefly about this. In looking over the regulations for the parking for the industrial sites, it looks like there's just a flat determination of numbers of parking space based on the square footage of the buildings, and does not take into account things like employees or customers or anything like that. So it seems like to me it would be possibly more beneficial if the number were related to the number of employees or expected customer or whatever, rather than the size of the building. Because a lot of times the buildings warehouse or distribution centers may not have as much need for that parking. So, but that is something for the Planning Commission to discuss, and I know they are working on coming up with whatever they're doing to the.
Yeah, they're changing and updating the land management ordinance.
Updating it.
Yep.
So I'm just wondering whether maybe we as a board might want to suggest to them that in that area they consider changing that designation to parking spaces for accommodating the employees or expected customers rather than based strictly on the building size. Do y'all have any thoughts on that?
How many companies out there make this request? I mean, is this a routine? Do we have a lot of them that make that request that you may look at changing the ordinance?
This specific request?
Yeah, as far as parking lots go, and base instead of basing it on the square footage, basing it on the number of employees. I mean, do you get those kind of requests?
Yeah, I mean, as the county continues to grow and we continue to see more investment, these kind of variances are going to come across, and they're pretty normal. I mean, they're widely accepted throughout the industry. I mean, it's very common that, especially for dry storage of goods and everything and distribution, where they don't have a lot of employees, they request variances, and then they always have an expansion that they can expand upon. So typically, the impact that you're going to see the most parking requirements are going to be for the manufacturing, where you might have a lot of heavy labor that's in the building, that, you know, that variance might not be approved, but for general distribution and general storage, it's a very common practice. Yeah.
So with that being said, I can agree with you that that will be something I would maybe need to look at that as well.
Okay. We'll note it in the minutes. Thank you.
Is there anything else that we need to discuss this evening? All right, then we stand adjourned. Thank you very much.